Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I'm William Hyman. I'm your host, and this is Just Force 911, where we find out how our public officials do their job or they just pooch screw it up. Guys, this one here, you're not going to believe this. Comes to us from Police Tapes. Go over to them, subscribe to them, tell them I sent you guys over there, give them a thumbs up, hit their like and share, and help their algorithms, please. And while you're here, do me a favor, hit my subscribe. We're trying to get me to 3,700 subscribers, and hopefully you can help me out. Hit the thumbs up, like and share, and leave me a comment because I love reading your comments. Now, this is a supervisor, so he has a 20 IQ. Georgia, who gets flipped off and wants to write the guy a ticket for flipping off a officer. And this clown, moron, officer does not know that that is not against the law. He wants to write him a ticket for distracted driving. Besides being, his right and under the First Amendment, he also calls for backup. What a chicken shit piece of crap this scumbag cop is. Let's get into it, guys, and check this out.
And cited for aggressive driving, but not for weaving through lanes or tailgating. His offense, flipping off a police officer while driving past. What followed was a heated exchange that escalated into a full-on First Amendment standoff with multiple officers called to the scene over a hand gesture.
How you doing today, sir?
I'm all right.
I'm Corporal Emerson with the Commerce Police Department. You have your driver's license on you, please?
What'd you stop me for?
All right, I stopped you because when you drove by me back there, you stuck your middle finger up the whole time you was driving by me. You think I didn't see you?
Yeah, I knew you seen me.
What was that for?
I mean, is it against the law? Is there a law
It
against
is a
that?
form of aggressive driving. You know what the Georgia
No, sir, it's
statute
not.
of aggressive driving
No,
is?
sir. You can't be a complaining party in that.
I can't be a complaining
No,
party
sir,
in
you
aggressive
can't.
driving? Where is
No.
that written in the statute?
You want to get your
I am the
supervisor out here?
supervisor, just to let you know. Do you not see the stripes on my shoulder?
No, I didn't see you. Didn't.
This is who you get. So
Okay.
if you want to tell me what the statute is, go ahead and recite me what the statute
I
is
don't
and
need
tell
to
me what
recite
the
the statute. I need to tell you
definition
your
of...
job.
No, you don't need to.
I can
I'm
flip
asking
you off all I want to.
Okay.
You see that right there?
You're driving a vehicle and you're distracted driving by doing that.
I was looking at the road. I can do this all day long, sir.
Okay. So, if you want to tell me what did I
I'll tell
do
you what,
to
I
deserve
don't
that
have to
kind of
give you my
behavior?
ID.
Okay, you do,
I
technically.
don't have to give you my ID because this is an unlawful stop.
It's not an unlawful
100%
stop.
unlawful stop. I can flip you off all day long.
Okay. All right. Why are
All
you
day
getting so
long.
mad? Like, what did I do to deserve that from you? Just
All
tell
of
me
y'all
that.
deserve that.
All of us deserve that?
Until I know different. Yep.
Like, all of us as law
I was
enforcement?
kidnapped and held for ransom for 2.5 years by cops.
What did
Until
did
the
I do
jury
that?
of my peers set me free.
Okay, so what did I do to
Doesn't matter
deserve
if you did or
that?
not. I will do this all day long if I want to.
Okay, you're not going to do it while you're
100%
driving.
right.
I'm just telling you right now.
You want to write me a ticket for it?
I can. I don't want to. Though.
Write me. I dare you to write me a ticket.
Look.
License, insurance, registration's on the back. Write me a ticket, motherfucker.
See, look at the language
Write
that
me
you
a
got
ticket,
right now. Like,
motherfucker. Write me a ticket.
all right,
Write
so
me a ticket.
you changed the whole
I'm
thing by
waiting.
calling me a motherfucker.
Can I go in?
You cannot get out of the car.
Okay,
Don't get
let's
out of the
go.
car.
Get the shit over with.
Now you're
Freedom of
sitting here
speech.
talking
You can't be a complaining party in a disorderly conduct.
I can't be a
You
complaining
absolutely
party?
cannot. I can cuss all day in front of you. There's no kids around. There's nobody else. You cannot be a complaining party in the state of Georgia on disorderly conduct.
Okay,
Go
nobody
check the
said
law.
anything about disorderly conduct.
Well, you said I changed the stop. Write me a ticket.
You did because now
Write
you're
me a
mad
ticket.
and you're calling me a motherfucker for no reason whatsoever.
You stopped me unlawfully. I can flip you off all day long.
Okay,
There.
He's calling you a motherfucker because you're a stupid, ignorant piece of crap. And you don't know the law, and you're trying to act like you do. You're a frickin' moron.
It is again.
like I'm saying to you, like I'm trying to educate you if you give me an opportunity
You're the one
to
who
do
needs the
that.
education, obviously, Sarge.
Okay. So, all right, then let me know which part I need to educate on so that I can educate myself.
That
Seriously.
anybody can flip you off. This is 100% the First Amendment.
Okay.
As I will sit here and do it with my car running and driving past you as I did. I do it all the time. I do it to state troopers just to see if a motherfucker is going to be stupid enough to stop me for it.
Okay.
So there it is. Write me my fucking ticket and let's get this stop over with. I'm home.
Okay.
I got
all right.
fries here.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back with you, okay?
Write my ticket.
and the ticket will turn into a lawsuit, and this scumbag moron won't have to pay for it, but it should come out of his pension fund because he's too stupid to know how to do his job.
Let's talk about how ridiculous this is getting. The man flips off an officer, a legal act under the First Amendment, and suddenly it becomes a traffic stop for aggressive driving. That's not just a stretch, that's a full-blown yoga pose. Instead of de-escalating or moving on, the officer digs in, acting like his feelings are grounds for probable cause. So he proceeded to write the driver a ticket for aggressive driving. And to top it off, they needed 3 officers to handle this colossal middle finger emergency.
Which makes that officer a complete and total moron.
All right, so very hostile. All right, so I wanted somebody here when I issued him the citation. So I pulled him over because he was driving by, looking at me, flipping me off when he drove by. So I followed him around to the traffic stop, talking about aggressive driving harassment, completely blew up on me. Like talking about all his amendment rights and I'm doing unlawful stops. He ain't got to give me IDs, all this craziness. And I was like, look, man, I didn't do anything to you. I just want to know what's going on. He won't hear anything, flipping out, flipping me off in my face, calling me a motherfucker and all kinds of shit like that, writing my ticket, bitch, all kinds of things, you know. So I just wanted somebody here when I go to give it to him because he's going to be fucking pissed.
He's not going to be pissed. He's going to be happy. You just handed him a lawsuit that you can't win because you're too stupid to know your job. And the taxpayers are going to have to cover the bill because you're a dumbass.
All right, sir. So you see I got a couple of people. It's just for our safety, all right? So look, I'm going to do as you said. I'm going to give you the ticket.
So coward safety? You're that big of a coward. You have a taser, a bulletproof vest, pepper spray, and a gun. And you're afraid. What a coward.
For aggressive driving.
I can't believe that they would actually hire a coward like this.
I went ahead and got a case
Corporal,
number.
you don't let him write me a ticket for flipping him off?
She's my sergeant.
Sergeant?
Yes.
You don't let him write me a ticket for flipping him off?
Aggressive driving, yeah.
Aggressive driving.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I was trying. If you
It's not aggressive driving. We'll see it in court.
Would you
I'll
give me
see
a
you in
second
court.
so I can explain it
I
to
don't
you?
need a second. Let me sign the shit
Okay.
and let's
All
go.
right.
Let's
So
get
look,
this
man,
shit over with.
This is going to be my copy. I'll
Is this another skinhead?
put an X right here for you. If you just go ahead and sign right there for
Copy
me.
that.
All right. Now, this is not an admission of guilt, like I said.
Oh shit.
So if you want to go to court, the court date's right here. The time, date, and address, and everything is right there for
Copy
you.
that.
And on the back right here is a website. If you want to view the ticket or whatever, the phone number for the police department's right there. Okay, if you have any questions. You'll see on there in the remarks column, I put the actual case number on there. There's a case number on top. The video from our body camera footage will be available. All you have to do is call the police department and talk to them. The lieutenant patrol will be able to help you out,
I don't
okay?
need your body camera footage.
All right.
I flipped you off.
All right.
I'll say it to you, body cam. I flipped them off.
All right. So here's your insurance card and all. All right, man. You have a good evening, all right?
My ID in them?
Well, I gave you your ID back. You
I got it. 3 of y'all, because I flipped somebody off. 3 of y'all
All right.
for this.
Y'all have a good
3 of
evening,
y'all
sir.
for this. It took 3 of y'all?
Have a good evening,
It
man.
took 3 of
Just
y'all?
don't get yourself in trouble, man.
I'm not
Just-
getting myself
just
in
go
trouble.
on.
I can stand here all day long and do this.
All right.
Get the fuck out.
So look,
Kick rocks.
you're changing
Emerson,
this.
kick rocks.
You're changing the
You're
subject,
dismissed.
man.
You're dismissed.
I do it.
You're dismissed.
Here's the legal angle. Flipping off an officer is protected speech. Multiple courts, including the U.S. Supreme Court, have ruled that offensive gestures toward law enforcement, while rude, are constitutionally protected. It was made clear you can't arrest or cite someone just because you don't like how they're expressing themselves.
And this dumbass cop just opened up a lawsuit. What a brainy idiot. Morons out the ass.
As for Georgia's aggressive driving statute, it generally involves intent to annoy, harass, molest, intimidate, injure, or obstruct another person while driving. This can include violations such as improper lane changes, tailgating, or failing to signal, among others. Aggressive driving is classified as a misdemeanor of a high and aggravated nature. A quick hand gesture doesn't meet that standard, and the officer knows it. While the middle finger gesture alone is typically protected speech, its use in conjunction with aggressive driving behaviors could potentially lead to legal issues. For instance, if the gesture is part of a series of actions intended to intimidate or harass another driver, it might contribute to an aggressive driving charge. In a notable case, David Justin Freeman was initially convicted of disorderly conduct after making a political statement accompanied by a middle finger gesture. However, the Georgia Supreme Court later reversed this conviction, affirming that such expressions are protected under the First Amendment. The driver in this incident, who is also the owner of the channel North Georgia Audit, is well versed in his rights. Knowing that the aggressive driving charge wouldn't hold much weight in court, he filed a complaint against Corporal Emerson, the officer who took flipping the bird to a whole new level.
So we're here at Commerce Police Department to see if we can get an update on a complaint where I was pulled over and ticketed for aggressive driving for giving the finger to a cop. Let's see how this goes.
Hello.
Hi, Lieutenant Holly.
Hey.
My name's Shane. Shane Quiros.
Yeah, you called me the other day. I haven't had a chance to call you
I'm
back.
just wondering if there's been any update on
Still
that.
looking into it. I've looked at the body cameras. I've talked to Corporal Emerson, saw his side of it.
And I've never said that he said or did anything, or well, no, I never said that he said anything or acted inappropriately as far as his behavior.
Right.
Which his behavior was on point.
It's all about whether or not he had reasons. to
Probable
accuse.
cause and all.
Yeah.
So
So we're still
investigating.
working on it because there's some things.
That's not a hard.
Well, it is. It's very complicated because of the way the law is written for aggressive driving. So we're trying to figure out and get some input. We're doing other case laws, looking at them and all that.
Your own state Supreme Court said it was not. What is wrong with you morons?
And no other case law that we found really fits this situation. There's plenty of them about getting flipped off.
There's one about disorderly conduct. I know you've looked into it. Disorderly conduct and aggressive driving are both different, but free speech, protected free speech, is protected free speech for any one of those laws. And I would hope that you would agree with that, because if the Georgia Supreme Court, which the Georgia Supreme Court and the United States Supreme Court have both ruled on disorderly conduct. Now, if we want to take this to appeals and everything else, because I understand I get a bench trial for this case when we go to court.
If that's what you want. Yes.
Well, that's
You can either
what's
do
going to
bench trial
happen.
Or you can do jury trial.
Well-
Jury trial, you have to transfer it to state court. So
My
that's your choice. When you
My thing is, Emerson's become famous over the last 2 days, and he's made your department look bad. Would you pull me over? Can I ask you that? Would you pull me over if I flipped you off going down the road while you were illegally parked, by the way, running traffic? You can't.
I'm not going to discuss all that, man.
Would you pull me
I'm
over?
gonna tell you
Would
that
you
we're
pull me
still
over?
looking into it.
Would you pull me over?
I'm not going there.
Okay,
We're
I
still
respect
looking
that.
into it.
I respect that. But now I'm having to be put out by going to court. And I'm not hiring an attorney for this. And you can tell whoever handles, I don't know, it's not a solicitor that handles it for this. You can tell the solicitor, I'll be there by myself and I'll be well prepared. But fully expect that I want this dismissed then. He cannot show up. He made a mistake. And I think you guys know that he made a mistake. And your department, I'm sorry, sir. I apologize for that. Your department's going to look one way or the other. And this video that I'm making now is simply for my documentation to show that I've gone through the proper channels of filing a complaint.
Right, you have.
And my first, 4th, and 14th, I didn't put my 14th on there, but my first, 4th, and 14th were all violated that day. He had no probable cause for that stop. And I believe that you and any of your sergeants or corporals that may be listening know that there's no probable cause for that stop. I can put my middle finger up to anybody. I'm not going to do it to you right here because I'm showing a level of respect. For me, it's about who's the good cop and who's the bad cop. If I throw my middle finger up at you and you wave at me or drive by and do nothing, you're a good cop. If you pull me over, you're a tyrant.
There's no dispute whether or not shooting a bird is free speech. We all know that it is.
If it's free speech, then it's not against the law. And
the thing about it is, and I'll get into this with you later once we have all our ducks in a row.
Yes,
the
sir.
thing about it is the way the statute.
Are we waiting until after the court date?
No.
That's going to be probably after the court date before I find out,
What's your court date?
August 1st.
Oh, sure. All right. I don't anticipate it to be after that.
Okay.
But
I tried to give a reasonable amount of time
The
before I
thing
called
is,
you.
that's our hang up is the interpretation of the way the law is written for aggressive driving.
It's vague.
You could be exercising your free speech and still violate the statute for
Well,
aggressive driving.
and that's
depending
something
on
for
how it's
appeals.
interpreted
And that's something for appeals
and the way
because
it's written.
because it's vague. But we all know that statute was meant for using your car aggressively. And at the same time, he wasn't even driving. He was parked illegally running patrol. He wasn't a driver on the road.
Well, it doesn't. The way, and that's another thing about it is, it doesn't say another driver. It says another person. So it could be a pedestrian, and
I can't flip my friend off going down the road. If I see my friend,
I'm not
I
arguing
can't
whether
get
you can flip the finger.
Then
or
this
not.
shouldn't
I'm
be-
saying the statute applies to a person. It doesn't say a driver.
Then this shouldn't be a long drawn out process as it has been. And I'm not going to say because there's no statute of when you have to, come to the conclusion of the complaint. But this is cut and dry. And the fact that you won't tell me whether you would pull me over if I flipped you off. If I flipped, the fact that you won't tell me that.
Get trapped into saying something
It's not
that
trapped
you're
into saying
using
something.
against me.
I'm not gonna use it against you.
So I'm not-
You don't want me to use it against the department because you know that if I used that, if you were to say that, I could say that in court. That whether you would flip me out, you wouldn't pull me over. I can tell because you are a nice guy. I can tell you have. Look, I'm getting a little bit aggravated. I apologize for that, but I think it's a cut and dry situation. Then calm down, and I want your officers to know, every Commerce police officer that I pass, I'm going to give them the finger.
Okay.
And if they want to pull me over and we keep going through this, they can. But at this point, until I know differently, and I filmed 3. I think one of them was out there, the lady that was just here just a second ago. I filmed 3 out there one night when they had somebody pulled over. I called and talked to somebody and gave them a compliment because they could have arrested me that night. I was drunk in public, and I filmed them drunk. They didn't. They come up, talked to me, didn't ask me my name. I called and made complimented them. I forgot who I talked to. Said, "Hey, it was you?" I said, "Hey, they did a great job. Those officers know the law." But I could have walked by, flipped them off. I didn't act any way. I didn't cuss them or anything like that. I was just casually having a conversation when they decided to walk over to me while I was filming them. Emerson is a whole different. The fact that he's a corporal is a travesty. But we'll leave it at that. Again, all I was doing was checking up and seeing if there had been any conclusion reached on it. But we'll see that.
Well,
I'll also put in
on the
for.
list of today and tomorrow to get back to you.
Well, I've also put in for his body cam footage. I haven't received a response on that
the
yet.
records request.
Emailed the lady that I was told to email. I believe it's her, Mary Beth.
All right.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Well, do you have an open records request for that body camera footage?
I don't have one yet, but I mean, you can send me one, or you can.
I sent you an email.
Me?
Yeah.
Problem. I haven't gotten it yet though.
Okay.
I'll go. Let me go grab my laptop.
It's misguidedkey@gmail.com if you can remember that. I know her. We go back, but
I gotta work.
that's fine. If we can see about maybe giving me that body cam footage. I mean, my information's all there for her. All right.
Eventually, on July 28th, 2023, at 12:30 p.m., the charge was dropped following a call from the chief.
What's up, everybody? We are back here at Commerce PD. Want to do a quick update. I got a phone call yesterday from the Chief of Police, Ken Harmon, letting me know that the charge was being dropped for aggressive driving. He said that it shouldn't have been issued in the first place. He apologized for the inconvenience, and basically told me that they were saving me from having to go to court. Essentially, they wanted to let me know before the court date so that I didn't have to go, which is. I'm thankful for that. I didn't have to waste a day of work to go up there and sit in the courtroom. That's great. As far as Emerson goes, I won't know or have an update on that for probably sometime next week. He said that he would call me back middle of next week to give me the conclusion of the complaint that I filed. I know a lot of people are wanting his job, think he deserves to lose his job, and he probably does. This is the second time he's gone viral in a month. There's another video out there of him. So, maybe that's the case. Maybe he does deserve to lose his job, but that wasn't what this was about for me to begin with. For me, it was about change. For me, it was about education. I know a lot of auditors say that, but That's what the case is. You know, this situation has led to a change in this department. And that's because of all the people that called, all the people that left Facebook comments. You all deserve to pat yourself on the back because you're the ones that enacted this change. You're the ones that made a change here. You got my case dropped, and you made this department look inside of itself and realize that they might not have been up to code on a lot of things, especially the First Amendment. Get my finger out of the way there. They, there were some things that they needed to change, some retraining that needed to be done, and because of this community, that's going to happen. So pat yourselves on the back. Congratulations, you guys did it. I appreciate it. Until next time, I'll come back with a complaint or an update on the complaint as soon as I get it. Again, I appreciate everything that everybody did to reach out and put pressure on these guys to make the right decision. And it worked, man. You know, this, like I said, it wasn't about getting somebody fired. It wasn't about a lawsuit. You know, it was about change. And I think we've enacted that here.
Okay, guys. So anyway, thanks to his activism, you know, this has come to light. This Emerson officer, this corporal, doesn't need to be an officer. He doesn't have the temperament for it. He actually does not have the education for it because he doesn't even know that being flipped off or being cussed at as an officer of the law is a First Amendment, you know, thing. And it irritates me to death that these clowns get away with it. You know, and he's supposed to be in charge of what? He can't even handle himself. He's in charge? That's a joke. Guys, always phone the police. Let me know down in the comments what you think, and we'll talk to you on the next one.